The Bowers & Wilkins 683S2s are the second set of speakers we've tested from the newly refurbished 600 series. Our first experience came in the form of the B&W 685S2s, which we loved even more than the originals, but can the new 683s do the same? When it comes to design, there have been some tweaks rather than any huge overhaul. There's a new tweeter, an aluminium dome reinforced with a matching aluminium ring for rigidity that sits in its own gel-filled cavity to shield it from the vibrations of other drivers. There's also a protective grille over the top to shield it from any unwanted pokes and prods. Elsewhere, the twin base cones have also been reinforced with aluminium rings, and the FST Kevlar mid-range driver has a new spider too. Little changes like that make all the difference. Setup is fairly straightforward. B&W has included plinths for the bottom of the 683s, largely for health and safety reasons above all else, which seems odd since the 683S2s don't seem particularly prone to toppling over, no more so than any other floor stander at least. We'd suggest trying out your setup with them both on and off. We did the same and found we prefer their sound when the plinths are removed. Timing is tighter and fine detail is more apparent. We'd also recommend bi-wiring the speakers and standing them in generous space with a little towing in towards the listening position. It may not come as a surprise that big speakers sound big, and the 683S2s are larger than many of their peers, so their sense of scale is massive. The soundstage is wide and tall, and instruments are well organised with plenty of room to breathe. There's a good degree of clarity too. The performance is sharp and precise, stopping and starting right on cue, and while tonally they are superbly balanced, the deep bass these speakers are capable of is seriously impressive. It's the kind of low-end hef we really like, powerful but controlled so not to compromise the rest of the frequency range. For the amount of power on hand, it's surprising at how capable the 683S2s are at being subtle too. From delicate classical music to the hardest thrash metal you can throw at them, the versatile 683S2s are able to be as messy or refined as you want them to be. So, do we love them as much as their predecessors? The simple answer is an emphatic yes. The Bowers & Wilkins 683S2s are tremendously talented speakers that manage to balance power, scale and delicacy without putting a foot wrong. You will need space to get the very best from them, but if you have it, these are easily among the best floor standers you'll hear at this price. You can read our full review on the Bowers & Wilkins 683S2 floor standers over on whathifi.com, and you can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook and add us on Google+. And if you want to see more from whathifi.com, don't forget to hit subscribe.